Jafar Airport. So again, those are the details that we are tracking for you on the broadcast. I'm going to take this conversation with Major General Sudhakarji. Sir, we've given you an understanding and our viewers an understanding on some of the deadly attacks that have been carried out by the BLA. Let's now talk about, you've given your key takeaways to our viewers, but just give us an understanding of what you make of this entire situation and what perhaps can be done at this point of time.
Two very relevant questions. What can be done? The roadmap ahead. Well, it is, I'll tackle it separately, but what is the situation, present situation? Now, we have covered, our distinguished panelists, they have covered more than adequately what the situation is all about. It's not a making overnight. It's been building up since 1947-48. And like General Suvash very rightly, so as my old colleague, Colonel Jacinda, they brought out, that the Treaty of Accession, which was signed by invading into Balochistan way back in 48, they invaded, they sent the complete division. If I remember, it was 11 division or 12 divisions. It was made to mobilize across Balochistan length and breadth, and the king of Kalat was hijacked. He was brought before Jinnah, and he was made to sign an agreement, the Treaty of Accession, in broad daylight at gunpoint. These are the circumstances. Balochistan was a democratic country. It had a bicameral system of parliament. And they had taken a resolution in the parliament itself that no matter what people try to do and impose on them, they will fight till the last man and the last round. Every citizen of Balochistan will dedicate his or her life to maintain and ensure freedom and independence of Balochistan. This was not a slogan in 1948. This came from the bottom, the core of the heart. And same thing has been actually going on. And look at the exploitation which they have been subjected to. The worst thing that is happening is people are missing. People are missing. There is no FIR lodged, like General Sivat brought out 1.10 to 15,000 youth are missing. My figure, my personal study is indicating much more higher than what these figures are. So similarly, there is no employment opportunity. We call about roti, kapda, makan, ya sadak, pani, bijli. Kuch nahi hai. There is nothing in Balochistan. They have the best of high-grade quality of gold, which is being mined. It is rich in minerals. It has got copper, cobalt, name everything. It has got a nuclear installation. The first device which was tried out way back in 98, it was carried out in Balochistan itself. And there is a big rivalry also going on, strategic rivalry. Let's not be unmindful of the fact that the great game, which we are talking in relation to the Central Asian Republic, is also a great game which is prevailing here. Balochistan, if I say take the name of Russia, people should not get surprised. Russia has its role to play in and around Afghanistan and Balochistan. So therefore, what the situation is very, very complex. Now the relations with Iran has gone sour. They have bases across the border in Iran itself, and they have been launching offensive. There was exchange of missile attacks, I think last year, if I recall correctly. Thereafter, there has been peace and calm. But the issue is not about the Iran and the Balochi. Issue is within Pakistan itself. They have been demanding freedom of Balochis and independence of Balochistan from the clutches of Pakistan, the administration. This is one. Second point is that the China having come into Balochistan is a big issue. They do not allow Chinese, let's say, for example, now Balochis are all Muslims. In fact, if we go back in history, we'll have correlations with our own people. They're from Maharashtra. They're the Marathas, from Battle of Panipat, and thereafter 1 lakh people went there. So let's not waste time on that. The origin roots, they actually date back to Shivaji's dynasty. So let's talk about the issue with regard to what is it that actually compelling them to take such kind of very aggressive and belligerent step against the state machinery. The only thing which is coming to my mind is the bottom line is independence, independence, and independence. This has actually got heightened because of extrajudicial killing and lack of, or rather, no socio-economic development. There is no schooling facility. There are no roads and connectivities. There is no socio-economic development revenue. They earn maximum revenue is earned from Balochistan, but the tricklets are not even going into Balochistan itself. And plus, there is somehow the Pakistan armed forces, they have lost the game. They have lost the game in foreseeing or visualizing, or they have lost the game as to how to tackle such kind of belligerent forces within the state itself and find a way forward. To me, it appears that they are in a back foot. Pakistan Army I am talking of, or the armed forces. They cannot find a quick solution. And last but not the least, as to why things are happening the way it is happening. Things are happening the way it is happening because they want to draw the attention. And let me also share, some gentleman from Balochistan has been nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. I am forgetting her, Mehran or something like that. He's been nominated. In all likelihood, if all goes well, he is definitely going to get the Nobel Peace Prize in just about foreseeable future. So if that happens, then the Balochistan comes into limelight. I have already given you the example. In 2012, it is the same USA. They called BLA as the freedom fighter. In 2018, when Donald Trump came back to power, just to appease the Pakistan armed forces, because they are actually playing very well with Pakistan.
Absolutely.
Army. So now what is the way forward in two lines? The way forward is that there is a requirement to have sincere and sensible dialogue with the multiple aggrieved stakeholders. It is not only Balochi liberation. There is Tehrik Taliban of Pakistan which is involved in this. There is Taliban of Afghanistan which is involved. India also plays an important role. Whether we are in proximity or contiguous or not, India is a regional power. Sooner they realize, better it is. I don't recommend India to get into any kind of dialogue with Pakistan affair. But
Right.
however, talking from the Pakistan side, if they're actually looking for solution, then they have to take Iran, they have to take Afghanistan, they have to take China, they have to take India into confidence to find a practical solution so that peace and normalcy gets back to Balochistan and there is internal order and stability in Pakistan, particularly Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan. Back to you, Asad.
Absolutely. Requesting you to stay on with us. We have some breaking news coming in where Pakistan